are Locked On Razorbacks, your daily podcast on the Arkansas Razorbacks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Razorback fans? It is John Neighbors of Locked On Razorbacks, and I'm coming to you with a little special edition for the Arkansas LSU preview here on the day of the game itself. And you're probably wondering, why is that the case? How did this end up happening? Well, I decided that, with the time on my hands, I could make this work and make this happen. And I am actually going from a live location today, which is kind of cool. Anytime I can do that with the podcast. I'm actually live here at the Hog Heaven house in Fayetteville, just a half a mile from downtown Fayetteville, which is an absolutely outstanding place. And I'm very thankful to be here and to check this out. And I'll tell you, folks, if you ever need a place to stay in Fayetteville, whether it's for game days, whether it's for kids' graduations, or whether just for a getaway up to Fayetteville, this is the place to go to. You can see the link below in the description here on the YouTube to go ahead and book your stay. It is an incredible place, and we'll be giving you more details on that as the show goes on today. But I wanted to just do this really quick. It's not going to be anything extraneous. It's not going to be anything crazy, but I just wanted to be a little bit of a preview of Arkansas and LSU this upcoming Saturday night, which I guess it is Saturday technically. It's been a long week, but Arkansas and LSU there in Death Valley. And, I have talked to a lot of different fans about this game, whether it's via social media or maybe it's when I was out and about last night in downtown Fayetteville, just kind of trying to check out all of the different ideas that people have on whether or not this Razorback football team has even a chance and to pull off the upset today. And throughout the entire week, I will say that Arkansas Razorback fans have felt like there's not much of a chance at all, just to be honest. And you know what? I don't blame them. It's like, what can you look at? What can you see in the first 3 games of this Razorback season and be able to point to, this is why Arkansas is going to win this game against LSU? I mean, I can't do that. And if you can do it, I give you a lot of kudos and praise, because that's not an easy thing to try to make sense out of, because I'm still trying to figure out what this team even is right now. And especially since LSU is a really good team. Now, it's not to say that they don't have their weaknesses, mind you, because they do. But they are a really good team, and a team that is going to be, I want to call it problematic for Arkansas, but I will say that it is a team that seems to really match up well against the Razorbacks. Because if we could say there's one weakness for Arkansas, what has been the biggest problem so far? It's been offensive line, blocking in general, running the ball. LSU, you know what they're really good at? The defensive line. There's a guy named Harold Perkins. I don't know if you heard of him. His name was in all the papers last year when Arkansas could not stop him. Just ran through that offensive line with the game in Fayetteville. I think he had like 4 sacks and 7 tackles for loss, something ridiculous like that. But that's why it really makes it difficult to where the offensive line has already been a problem. So how are you going to feel good about that defensive line going up against Arkansas's offensive line and think that Arkansas is going to have an effective offense and be able to score points effectively? Well, here you go. You want some good news? Do you want some positivity? Do you want some reasons to believe? Well, here you go. I got just a couple, maybe not many, but just a couple that I can give you. I was looking through the game notes, and I talked to Matt Moscona of ESPN 104.5 in Baton Rouge, as well as Caroline Benton of Locked On LSU podcast, and just got kind of an idea of what they've been looking like so far this year, right? And I was looking at some of the numbers and some of the stats, and you look at in the first 3 games of where both teams with Arkansas and LSU actually rank. Now, this is conference rankings as well as national rankings, okay? So LSU offensively ranks 2nd in the SEC and 10th in college football. Arkansas is 6th in the SEC. It's right there in the middle. Offensively, LSU, geez, this is crazy. Total offense, they're 1st in the SEC, 6th in the nation. Rushing offense, 3rd in the SEC, 34th in the nation. Passing offense, 3rd in the SEC, 10th in the nation. That's just offense. So they're really good at offense. Now, Arkansas, on the other hand, offensively, they ranked 6th in the SEC in scoring offense, as was mentioned. They were 12th in the SEC in total offense, 81st in the country. Rushing offense, 9th in the SEC, 72nd in the country. And then passing offense, 11th in the SEC and 84th in the country. Yeah, that's not ideal. Now, Arkansas's defense, though, check this out. This is something I'm sure all of you would agree with. Arkansas's defense is first in the SEC in rush defense and fourth in the country in rush defense. They're only giving up 55 yards a game on the ground. And passing defense, it's seventh in the SEC, which, is middle of the pack. However, you're talking about overall in the nation, 53rd, compared to what it was last year, where it was 130th. So they're right there in the mix defensively, going up against a really good offense. That's going to be the key matchup. Is Arkansas's defense for real? Because this is going to be the best offense that they faced all year long, far and away. But I would even make the argument that Arkansas's defense is going to be the best defense that LSU has faced this year, too. I'd make the argument. So something's going to give in there. Now, if you're looking for the weakness of LSU's team, now we know that Arkansas's offense needs work. But LSU's defense has not been that good this year, folks. Check this out. So the scoring defense for LSU is 11th in the SEC and 69th in the country. Nice. Now, Arkansas is 9th in the SEC, 45th in the country. But LSU's got a worse scoring defense than Arkansas. Total defense, they are 10th in the SEC, while Arkansas is 2nd in the SEC. Their rush defense is 12th in the SEC, 74th in the country. Right there. As well as the rush passing defense is 8th in the country, or 8th in the SEC, 61st in the country. Now, 8th is not great. It's middle of the pack. Arkansas has had a better passing attack so far. But right there, folks, the rush defense for LSU, right there. If you are going to have a game where you can finally get the rushing attack going, if you are going to have a game where you can finally put it together, which it doesn't look like Rocket Sanders is going to play, at least at this point in time of the recording of this podcast, I don't think he's going to play, but I'd love to be wrong. That's where you're going to do it, on the ground. And you may look at it as some sort of bad type of offense or philosophy, but I truly believe in this game, if Arkansas can actually get the rushing attack going, whether it's with A.J. Green, whether it's with Dominic Johnson, Rashad Dominion, or K.J. Jefferson himself, no matter what it is, if they are able to get the rushing attack going in any form or fashion, milk that clock. Milk it as long as humanly possible. Because with the new rules in college football of having it to where the clock does not stop on those first downs, if Arkansas can just establish that rushing attack, hold on to that ball as long as you can, Petey. Keep the defense off the field. Keep LSU's offense off the field. Keep this game low scoring. That's how you're going to win this game. You're not going to beat LSU in a shootout. I don't see that happening. I don't know if Arkansas's offense is capable of even playing in a shutout right now, or a shootout right now. I just don't think that they have what it takes to get to that point. But if they can just get that clock moving as much as possible, get this game moving fast, and be able to establish the run in any form or fashion, I think they're going to be in great shape. Now, again, it's easier said than done, because I mentioned LSU's defensive front. They're really good. But if you can be creative with it, it just doesn't seem like Arkansas's offensive line is opening up. It's like this because I don't want to go after the offensive line, because there's a lot of reasons why. I think it's the offensive line. I think it's also the fact that the running backs have also struggled to find the lanes. It's an offense that they're still having to get used to under Dan Enos. Whether it's right or wrong, whether you agree with it or not, or whether you hate it or you love it, doesn't matter. That's the reality. That's the reality. And right now you're having to do things as a football team that maybe you weren't expecting to do. And you're going down to LSU, who's a really, really good team. Really good team. There's a reason why they're favored by 17.5 points on you right now. But if you're going to go down and beat LSU, to me, that's the formula. Run the ball effectively, milk that clock, keep your defense off the field, and make it a low-scoring, ugly game. And, of course, how about you don't actually commit a bunch of penalties that end up costing you games and drives and everything? How about you don't have 14 penalties? That would be nice. Or how about you don't have all of the problems with fourth down and short? Don't go for it unless you have to. Don't do it because you want to. Only go for it when you have to. If the game is tied and your defense has been playing really well, right? If they've been playing really well, Don't put them in a bad position. If the game's in the third quarter, midway in the third quarter, and the game's tied at 14, and you're at midfield and it's 4th and 1, punt the ball. Punt the ball. Your defense has been playing well. Let them continue to play well. I just mentioned how I'd love to have the defense stay off the field. I just mentioned that. But as we saw last week against BYU, the defense can only take you so far when you're putting them in bad field position. When you're the reason why they're getting put into bad field position, that's when it becomes a problem. So don't have those things happen anymore. Don't approach it that way. Be smart. Take risks, but take them in the right landscape and take them in the right mindset. If you do that, then it'll be fine. If you do that, then you might have a chance in this game. But I'm telling you right now, if you let LSU get out there and they have their offense being able to make mincemeat of the defense because they consistently get in good field position, or if you're having a bunch of 3 and outs as an offense to where, you get the ball at the 25, you go 3 and out and you punt it, even if you get it to the other 40, 35 yard line, that's still a long ways, or not as long of a way to go. You're not pinning them deep, and you're just putting the defense in a bad spot. Be smart with your 4th down calls. Be smart when you decide when to take those risks. And also, don't be against taking points. Take the points all you can, every single time you can. That's what's important in this game. But I just wanted to do a quick little primer for everybody here and just maybe give yourself a little positivity heading into tonight's game, which I know is going to be on ESPN. It's going to be a great atmosphere. And I know a lot of people have made the trip down there. It's going to be Baton Rouge is rocking, just like it always does at Death Valley and everything. But yeah, just enjoy the game. I'm trying to make it a little bit more positive for you, but just enjoy the game tonight. But I wanted to remind everybody, folks, that I am indeed here at the Hog Heaven house, just a half mile away from downtown Fayetteville, which, of course, my hometown in Fayetteville, it always means a lot more whenever I'm ever to come down here. And it is a newly built Razorback-centric home right here in South Fayetteville. They have luxurious amenities and plenty of space up to 10 people. So if you have an entire group coming in that's wanting to check it all out, then you have it made here, right here at the Hog Heaven house. And what's great about it is since it's just half a mile to downtown, you got the square right here. Feed and Folly, which was an incredible restaurant, a local place here in Fayetteville, is within a stone's throw. You can walk right over there, and it's so beautiful. And I'll have a full-fledged video on my social media, so be sure to follow me at Buzz John Neighbors on pretty much every social media. But if you check it out there, you'll be able to see all the different amenities that they have. It's got a garage. It's got two full baths and a half bath downstairs. It's got 3 full bedrooms, plenty of space, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's got everything that you could possibly want and a lot more. They got a 6-top dining table so if you're looking to have some parties here too. They got TVs in all the places as well. And, we have different things that happen here in Fayetteville. Sometimes it's about graduation. Sometimes it's about games. Sometimes it's just about a getaway. This is the only place that you need to come to is the Hog Heaven house. They have 5 beds, a king-size bed, 3 queen beds, and a queen bunk bed and a queen air mattress. So in case that, that drunk buddy of yours that's like, hey, got crash at your place. Well, at least you got a queen air mattress that they can help you out there as well. So it has Wi-Fi. It has it all right here at the Hog Heaven house. So folks, be sure to check out the link below in the description if you want to check out booking this great place whenever you're coming up to Fayetteville for no matter the occasion. They'll have you taken care of. You can also follow them on social media at Hog Heaven House. And they are very kind to hook me up with this place and to show me exactly how incredible it is, because it is an awesome place. And be sure to, again, follow me on social media to get a full-fledged, in-depth look at what this place is all about. But we'll get more details on that. But I wanted to do this primer for all of you, so appreciate all of you watching in. And remember to subscribe to the Locked On Razorbacks podcast. Be sure to check it out. We'll probably have a Razorback devotional tomorrow afternoon on the podcast itself, and I'm sure that'll go really well, and everybody will be really excited. And I'm sure, we're going to be recapping an LSU victory over LSU, right? Right. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's do that tomorrow. See you, everybody. Have a great